I always love meeting people and knowing their stories, right? And I've always loved reading and being in book clubs and that kind of stuff. And I've always had a sense that I wrote okay, but never someone who thought that that was me, right? Like as far as being a writer. And so I found your course, and it was awesome. And I was like, yes, like there's so much I need to learn. And I loved your course, and it opened up a whole new world. And I was able to join you on a writing retreat, which was amazing, and meet really interesting people. But I've continued to take courses just as, again, because I feel like a real beginner. And I am lucky enough to work at a university where I can take courses for free. And so I've been taking some creative writing courses at VIU and with first year students and second year students, third year students. And so this story came out of my course last fall, where we had to write a nonfiction memoir piece. And I mean, it's something I lived through with my dad, and it was such a significant thing. You just don't forget those memories. And so I was like, so that's where it came to me. And I guess because I had some feedback from my classmates who were in a different place in life than me that was encouraging still. And I had encouragement from my teacher. I thought, this seems to be connecting with people. And then I'd share it. Yeah, I shared it with my family, and of course they were interested. But when it went beyond my family, I was like, okay, this is interesting. This seems to connect with other people or make them cry, and it's like interesting, right? To just experience that with your own words and your own story. And so I put it away for a little while, and then I remember something, and I guess it meant a lot to me. So I'd go back to it periodically. And I thought I was done well in advance of the deadline. Um, but I wasn't. And I guess I pulled it out again last spring. And I have a very good friend in Montreal who's a writer, or, we share things back and forth. And she has such a wonderful critical eye. And my sister's an editor in Toronto, and I'm like, she gave me some great feedback. My classmates gave me great feedback. So it was like a polishing, right? And so just having different perspectives and people asking different questions, and me also taking the time to reflect, and even, being out with a friend and talking about something and be like, oh yeah, I remember that part about me being a little kid and wanting to run away to school, like, so different memories came with time, even after I'd submitted the story for my course. And so I think having that time and that separation and going and getting different input really helped it evolve. And so much so that I think it was right up until the deadline. I was like, how is this going to end? like, how am I going to end this? And and so, I think one of your questions in your email is like, why enter contests? It's like deadlines. For me, deadlines, like drive, like you have something to work towards. And it's like, it's got to be good enough by a certain time. And that spurred me on, right? So ironically, even though I wrote it the fall before, and I, thought I had tons of time, I was still perfecting it before I submitted it. So it's like, why not? Go for it. There's nothing to lose, really. And it's, as far as the benefit, like I said, for me, it was like having that deadline. It's like, I want to make something as good as possible, and in it goes. And once it's done, right? Like it's kind of like, say la vie, right? You've got nothing to lose.